red pill movement, toxic masculinity that forces women to get back in the kitchen. Now, before all the men start feeling isolated, there is an equal amount of hate for men as well, if not more, especially from the opposite gender, who classify themselves as feminists. Anyways, red pill guys and girls are a weird combo. We have this saying in Bengali that goes something like "Sampele ule," which means snake and this other animal that loves to fight with snakes. They will never see eye to eye on things. They both hate each other with passion. They don't even need a reason to hate each other. They just do. It's to a point where it's kind of unhealthy. Now let's talk about why men fear therapy and are becoming more red pill. Well, it's because of our ego. It's massive. It's ginormous. While it may be big, it's also very, very fragile. You see, men's ego influences the way we behave. And since it's very fragile, whenever it's under threat, we do everything to protect it. And some wouldn't even mind playing dirty to do so. Now, when it happens, a man would often act in one of two ways. They'll either lash out or they will give up. You'll see this in stats. Unfortunately, the number of men who aren't able to deal with the societal pressure and end up caving in is a lot higher than women. So now the question is, even though we know that it's not good to hold on to ego, why do we still do it? Well, you see, in men, ego is a natural thing. From this, you get protectiveness, leadership, responsibility, and all these good traits, all the good stuff. They'll build these things to fortify their ego. It's kind of like these are kind of like defenses. Men would try to, accomplish more, make more money, make more connections, and complete more challenges. They will do all these things just to protect their ego. So in a way, ego isn't necessarily a bad thing when it's wielded by an emotionally mature person who is compassionate and kind. Now, I also have to acknowledge that there's this other group of men who harness their ego to do bad. They would use it to justify immoral acts, abuse, and outright oppress others, often as a reaction to bruised ego. And that is when it can become really unhealthy. Women tend to have less, although there are some exceptions, of an effect when their egos are bruised. We all spend our lives protecting our ego, protecting what could very easily be bruised or hurt, because we are not willing to accept that life is unpredictable and we might run into people who could either be nice and not so nice. That's life. There has been some positive changes in the space as of late. Men are slowly becoming more aware about their mental health, leading them to communication and working on themselves, which is a positive thing. Now, here's something about men we need to acknowledge. Men don't like sharing their problems, because when we share things, we view it as a weakness. Like, I can't take care of my own problem, so here, do something for me. Fix it for me. We can't accept that. It hurts our ego so darn much. It's a huge sign of weakness to most men. Ask any men you know. They would say it feels pathetic to appear weak, to acknowledge that we have imperfections and that we're not always perfect, that we can be wrong, that we can make mistakes. No, we're supposed to be perfect in every way. If we're not, then that's just us admitting that we're not good enough. So we would laugh, scream, and do everything in our power to hide the fact that our ego is vulnerable. Society somehow made men realize that it's not okay for you to not be okay. You cannot have problems. And if you do have problems, you cannot share them publicly. Because if you do, it's a sign of weakness. So whenever you have a problem, don't acknowledge it, don't talk about it, don't seek help. Because that is not what men do. Just ignore it. And it does help. We temporarily running away from our feelings does delay its effects, but it never gets rid of the underlying cause. So whenever something similar happens, we get triggered again. And so we try to protect our ego again. It's a never-ending loop. So yeah, society trains us to run away from that feeling and waiting till it fades. And it does fade. But like I said, it doesn't eliminate the problem, which is why we lose a lot of men. Yeah, that number is real and it's sad. And those who are strong enough to hang on still have bad temper. It's how we survive. It's how we protect our ego. Now, some men would repurpose that energy in a good way and work on themselves, while others do the complete opposite and make your life a living hell. It's like, ooh, I feel bad. I'm gonna make you feel bad as well so I don't feel alone. Crazy, I know. Now, time to talk about a specific category of men. Let's address this, even though it might be uncomfortable. Some men have made it their life's mission to defame women and blame them for every little thing that goes wrong in their life. Likewise, there are certain women or a group of women who have made it their life's mission to make everything about men. And both of these groups gave birth to this genre called Red Pill Movement. But here's the caveat. Women often complain that men don't seek therapy because they're afraid of it. I don't think that's entirely true, because men sometimes would watch these red pill podcasters and masculine energy gurus online, and I don't have a problem with that. What I am having a hard time understanding, like these gurus, they might say certain things that I agree with, but if you let them keep talking, they will say things that will make you go, huh? Ooh, I'm not sure about that. The slander culture has become very common nowadays. People are calling each other out, exposing one another, like exposing something that's supposed to be personal, or just being outright disgusting and beyond inappropriate on camera next to one of these. It's pretty bad out there. And like I said, these people sometimes say the right thing that creates an illusion that maybe that's what they're all about, but then you just feel very disappointed. I'm a practicing Muslim. I try to follow the teaching of our Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, as much as I could, and I feel very lucky because without that moral compass, I would just be running around like a headless chicken in this world. I would not know what's right and what's wrong. So essentially, these red pill gurus out there with podcasts and social media following are trying to influence the youth. Like Andrew Tate, for example, teaching you how to fight, teaching you how to make money. Technically, some men view them as therapists. It is a form of therapy for them. So men are not afraid of therapy. They just don't realize that they're seeking it and they're actively partaking in it. Sometimes in wrong places, unfortunately. So what can we do? If not follow these red pill guys, what do we do? Well, ego will always be fragile. We cannot change that. But what we can change is how we protect it. So the defenses we build around it need to be built through good practice. Always try to be compassionate and kind. Although some feminists might beg to differ, the truth is men are sturdier than women. So it's our responsibility to be cautious and compassionate, especially to those who are weaker. But also don't be a total pushover and just say yes to everything. Learn to say no and build a good moral compass. So choose your mentors wisely and be very mindful of all the advice you choose to follow, because it's gonna impact your entire life. I'm VALF, a voice actor and a video editor. If you need my services, all my links are in the description. If you want to support the channel, get some of my products. Just check them out. Also, think fast. Stone, paper, scissors, shoot. If you won, you can dislike the video. If you lost, you have to like and hype the video. And if it was a tie, you have to leave a comment. I know it's rough out there, so take care of yourself. Also, YouTube thinks that you'll like this video on the screen, so give it a watch.